Pacifica Radio, I'm Eileen Alfandary. Republicans hoping to ride a red wave to control the House and Senate are waking up disappointed this morning. If they do retake the House, it will be with a slimmer majority, not the blowout many analysts had been predicting. Control of the U.S. Senate awaits final results in 4 states: Nevada, Arizona, Wisconsin, and Georgia. If no one wins an outright majority in Georgia, as seems likely because of a third Libertarian candidate in the race, there'll be a runoff next month. More from Catherine Carley.
The U.S. Senate race in Georgia is too close to call. Incumbent Democratic Senator Raphael Warnock urged supporters to be patient as votes in the race against Republican and former football star Herschel Walker were counted.
Well, good evening, Georgia. Or maybe I should say good morning. Here's where we are. We are not sure if this journey is over tonight or if there's still a little work yet to do. But here's what we do know. We know that when they're finished counting the votes from today's election, that we're going to have received more votes than my opponent. We know that.
Results are still being decided in several states. Republicans need just 1 seat to regain Senate control. I'm Catherine Carley for Pacifica Network and Public News Service.
Democrats prevailed in 2 important and closely contested Senate races. In Pennsylvania, Democrat John Fetterman beat Donald Trump supporter Mehmet Oz. Fetterman's election victory came 6 months after he suffered a major stroke.
I'm proud of what we ran on. Protecting a woman's right to choose. Raising our minimum wage, fighting the union way of life. Healthcare is a fundamental human right. It saved my life, and it should all be there for you when you ever should need it.
Incumbent New Hampshire Democratic Senator Maggie Hassan held on to her seat. In Ohio, Trump-backed Republican Senate candidate J.D. Vance prevailed over Democratic Congressman Tim Ryan. It takes 218 seats to hold a majority in the House. At the latest count, Republicans have won 197, Democrats 172. Although Republicans are still expected to win ultimate control, it won't be by the large numbers they had hoped for. House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy waited until 2 in the morning to address what had been planned as a Republican victory party.
When you wake up tomorrow, we will be in the majority, and Nancy Pelosi will be in the minority.
That hasn't happened yet. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi made a statement at 1:30 in the morning saying that while many races remain too close to call, it is clear House Democratic members and candidates are strongly outperforming expectations across the country. McCarthy at one point had predicted a gain of 60 Republican seats in the midterm elections. Kentucky voters have rejected a proposed constitutional amendment that would have removed any protection for abortion rights from the Constitution of their deeply red state. 52.5% voted no. The state's interim executive director of the ACLU said the people of Kentucky have spoken, and their answer is no. No to extremist politicians banning abortion and making private medical decisions on their behalf. More predictably, California and Vermont voters overwhelmingly approved measures to enshrine reproductive access in their constitutions. Montana voters turned down a so-called Born Alive measure that would have required medical providers to try to keep a fetus from a miscarriage or abortion alive if it has a heartbeat or voluntary muscle movement after an abortion or delivery. Georgia Republican Governor Brian Kemp won re-election in his rematch with Democratic voting rights activist Stacey Abrams. Kemp prevailed with 53% of the vote to Abrams' 46%. Abrams told her election night gathering she will never stop fighting for a better Georgia.
This is a moment where despite every obstacle, we are still standing strong and standing tall and standing resolute and standing in our values. And we know Georgia deserves more. And whether we do it from the governor's mansion or from the streets, whether we do it from the Capitol or from our communities, we are going to fight for more for the state of Georgia. That is what we're here for.
In Pennsylvania, Democratic Attorney General Josh Shapiro has won the gubernatorial race against Donald Trump supporter and election denier Doug Mastriano. U.S. basketball star Brittany Griner's lawyers say she has been sent to a penal colony in Russia to serve her sentence for drug possession. A Russian court rejected an appeal of her 9-year sentence last month. Police said they found vape canisters containing cannabis oil in her luggage. The Biden administration is trying to work out a prisoner swap with Russia. I'm Eileen Alfandary for Pacifica Radio.